Bill Wurtz, the mad genius behind the history of the entire world, I guess, and history of Japan videos, has returned with not one, but two new songs in 2021, both of which are titled Here Comes the Sun and I'm a Princess. And it got me thinking that it is high time that I dedicated a full video to unpacking the beautiful chaos that is Bill Wurtz's entire YouTube channel. So that's exactly what we're gonna do right now.
I'm best friends with my own front door.
Now we'll start with what is undoubtedly the easiest aspect to talk about in Bill Wurtz content, and that is the music itself. I don't think it's even debatable that Bill Wurtz is an excellent musician. In every song I've heard from him, he demonstrates an expert-level knowledge of composition and music theory. His bread and butter as a songwriter is definitely jazz fusion with a flavor of funk and occasional use of like Latin American elements I've found in some of his tracks to give him a little extra spice. One musical device that Bill loves to use in his song is called the deceptive cadence, where instead of resolving a chord progression on the root chord from the dominant or subdominant chords like this, Bill will instead go up to the super dominant chord, or usually the sixth chord in any given key signature, and he'll use the deceptive cadence most often to modulate into new key signatures and eventually travel back to the home key. The best example of him doing this is in the song Mount St. Helens, which really just kind of meanders back and forth between a whole bunch of different key bases. But I've also heard him do it in one of my personal favorite songs, La Di Da Di Deo, and on The Day Goes On. He also does it on a song called His Best Friend Is My Door or something like that, or You're Free to Do Whatever You Want To. Bill also likes to end his songs with a bit of a twist ending where the song will abruptly cut off on a line that either is completely detached or directly contradicts the rest of the song before it.
When will you come back home? Just got home, got no home. La-di-da-di-di, where did it go? Oh no, I can't go home.
And that brings us into what I personally think is the most interesting element of Bill's music, and that is his lyrics.
Woke up in the morning, traveling straight into the sun. Told my friends and family I was gone.
Bill's lyrics are crazy, man. It is very difficult to dissect Bill Wurtz's songs lyrically and try to make any definitive statements about their meaning or intent, but there are some patterns that you will notice if you listen to enough of his songs. The one that I've picked up on the most is that Bill likes to juxtapose negative statements with positive statements. Like on the Mount St. Helens song, where he begins the song like this.
Mount St. Helens is about to blow up, and it's gonna be a fine, swell day. Everything's gonna fall down to the ground and turn gray.
Sometimes the juxtaposition won't even be lyrical, but it'll be between the lyrics and the music itself. A lot of times Bill will sing some pretty depressing or angsty lyrics over some pretty bright and shiny instrumentals, like when he's expressing regret about doing a bad thing on the song I Just Did a Bad Thing, or expressing frustration at the educational system on Might Quit. These juxtapositions, whether it's lyrical or musical, creates an overarching sense of chaos to all of Bill's songs. Bill writes his lyrics in such a scattershot type of way where it's really hard to tell what the actual intention of the words are. In any Bill Wurtz song, you'll find lyrics that are incredibly deep and meaningful, but it'll also be surrounded by all of these super random, seemingly meaningless lyrics like this.
And now I'm pregnant with aliens. Guess they don't want me going to the mall, 'cause I'm just too small.
It's buried under so much randomness that you genuinely wonder if any of the meaning you get out of some of these lyrics is even intentional. Bill's lyrics never follow a straight linear path from point A to point B. It's more like a big scribbly line with branches and detours and eventually get back to the original point, kind of like me telling a story. Or you know what it's really like? It's kind of like that picture that shows like what people think this path to success is versus what it actually looks like, and what it actually looks like is this. That's a Bill Wurtz song. But I don't think there is any better example of this kind of writing than on his song New Canaan, which is my personal favorite Bill Wurtz song from a lyrical standpoint.
I'm going to New Canaan, Pennsylvania. I'm going to New Canaan for a late night snack.
The song starts off pretty simple. I'm going to New Canaan, Pennsylvania for a late night snack. Right off the bat, you get the premise, and then it's immediately followed up by some unrelated randomness.
Let me stop in Harlem to explain what I mean. I'm actually going to Connecticut.
But then no, it ends up I'm actually going to Connecticut, and then I'm on a train. I'm going to stop in Harlem first, and now wait, all of a sudden we're in a rich community somewhere in the countryside playing a ukulele in Starbucks. It's also summer, and the sky is blue until it turns gray, and he even establishes that he lies about details when his dreams don't come true, which is actually a pretty complex lyric if you really think about it, and it gives the whole song like a whole lot of extra layers to it. Like, it makes you think. Like, it starts off as a song about a road trip to New Canaan, but it takes all these detours and then becomes a song about dreams deferred with a love interest involved at some point. And you really have no idea, and you really don't come away with it having any idea what the song is actually about. Like, is he even going to New Canaan, Pennsylvania, or is he going to this place in Connecticut? And what's he gonna do in New Canaan? Is he going there for food? Is he going there for women? We don't know. He just keeps throwing all these ideas out there, but we're never really quite sure what the actual narrative thread of this song is. There's so much going on that you can kind of take what you want as far as meaning and project your own interpretations on it. Personally, I interpret it as Bill's dream of being with this person that he dreams of did not come true, and therefore he lied about the detail about his nose being blue. Sure, his nose could be blue if he had like severe hypothermia or something, but he established in the previous lyric that it was summer, so he's gotta be lying, right? Or maybe he painted his nose blue, I'm not sure. Also, he later says that every word he says is true, which can't be true because he said he lies about details, which would make that line a lie even if every word he did say was true. So suddenly, you have no idea what's true and what's not in this song. There is a ton to dissect in a Bill Wurtz song, which I don't really think is intentional. There is a genius video Bill did a while back about the Mount St. Helens song, and basically, when explaining the lyrics, half of them were like, I don't know what it means, it just sounded cool. But I still can't help but feel like, to a degree, that the pseudo-randomness of these lyrics are intentional. It's very clear if you listen to the instrumentals that Bill composes that everything is very carefully and purposefully constructed right down to the little details. And yet his lyrics seem to be the exact opposite of that. But what if they're not? What if there is a method to this madness that Bill isn't showing us? What if this whole persona that he's put up is merely an exaggerated version of what Bill's actual thoughts look like on a daily basis, and all these songs scattered, unorganized, and unfiltered, while he's saying all these goofy, outlandish sentences that don't seem to mean anything? Once in a while he may accidentally come up with something that is actually meaningful, at least to somebody. But is it accidental is the real question. And the only one who really knows for sure is Bill. But one thing that I can say for sure is that, in my opinion, Bill Wurtz is nothing short of a musical genius. And if you're not subscribed to him, and there are not a lot of people that I know of who aren't subscribed to him, you should totally go check him out. Link will be in the description. Trust me, you will not regret it. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching this video. It's a shorter one than I expected, but you know what? I really enjoyed Bill Wurtz's content for a while, and I really wanted to talk about it here. So let me know down in the comment section what artist you would like me to take kind of a deep dive into and speak about here on this channel, and I'll try to work them in. But for now, my name is Matthew again. I do want to thank you very much for watching, and as always, you have a blessed week, and we will see you in the next video. I'm still working on that outro.